Oh, yes. hmm I was able to get in the study room. It's about 3:10. Yeah. Of course, I have until 5:10, and then, well, the library closes at 6, and I'll probably go to dinner tonight. Yeah. I was wanting to get a phone call, and I spent a little time with the World Book while I was waiting for this to open. Yes. And I got to thinking about the certified copies of the protection order. Yes. You know, the judge will fill out this order. You will be expected to fill out all or part of the order. Please check with the court clerk. Yes. You get free certified copies. Yeah. hmm Well, they must have a copy machine to be able to do that. And I was in the letter CI to CZ. Yes. You know, I had seen a 60 Minutes program where many of the copy machines that corporations and governments have, yes, they get sold at auction. But they all have a little chip in them that has every copy of every document. Could you do me a favor? I'd like to know what certified copies my wife got of the dissolution of marriage. Yes, because I never got a copy of it, and I'm kind of thinking that the state has been extending credit for the last 7 years and 4 months. Yes, without me being given any actual notice of court hearings. Yes. And you'd probably say, well, we lost the actual dissolution of marriage. We don't know where it is. But some of the employees of counties, yeah, they're not that technological, sophisticated. Oh, could you see every copy machine in every county court clerk's office? Yes. Where they make a photocopy of the dissolution. Yes. They stamp it certified, coach. And then it is sent to the state for child support services or it's faxed to the state. Most of these copy machines are actually connected to the internet or the telephone. Yes. And then get me the copy machines in every child support services of each and every state of the United States. Yes. I'd like to know how many of them had a spouse that recently got divorced, walked in and said, well, I can't find my husband and he owes me $1,500 a month back child support. I'd like to know the day and time that you actually made a photocopy of each and every child support dissolution of marriage. Yes. See, when this was issued in 2013, Judge Rohr, yes. The mail was returned unclaimed. Yes. I don't think my wife filed, actually provided a copy of the dissolution, the marriage certificate. Yes. Because our marriage certificate was issued from the United Nations. Now, you got some mail returned on February 13th of 2013? Yes. I wanted to know the actual time when the state made a photocopy of your dissolution of marriage. Yes. They would have used a copy machine that has a little SD card in it, one of these flash drives. Yes. Because I'm going to subpoena every fucking state of the United States. Now, um, I told you that it violated my rights to divorce my wife. And when you decide to have court hearings where there's a declaration of mailing, yes. When I had a telephone, yes. And I had email addresses, yes. And I was living at the Fifth Wheel at Kingsway Foursquare Church, yes. I'm thinking Mike Van Proyn did know I was residing there, yes. Now, it's one of these issues where somebody's playing I don't know where Paul is at. The same pastor, right, that I prearranged for my wife to live at the little blue house, yes, at 1023 Kitchen Dick Road before I moved to 1023 Kitchen Dick Road, yes, yes. And you had no idea where I was at, as if Pastor Mike Van Proyen had housed my wife, yes, my non-biological stepdaughter, yes, and my 5 sons. And then in an email, he said, well, she no longer needs our help. She's getting some sort of assistance. Yes. And then I moved there and lived in the fifth wheel. Yes. I'm thinking that declaring that she mailed to me the actual seems next to impossible that she wouldn't have found out that I was moving to the actual address that she had had before I moved there. Now, there's going to be a large lawsuit about this whole states being the creditors of court orders. Yes. Well, you just did not want. Well, I lived there until approximately December 20th of 2012. Yes. It was no big surprise that she had lived there before I lived there. Yes. You had served me when arresting me. Yes. Before you reissued the protection order. Yes. So it's not like the sheriff's department did not know where I was at. Oh. Now, since it was the same address that she had from approximately July 3rd of 2011, yes, until October or November of 2011, yes, I think Heidi moved from that address approximately 2 months before I got there. Now, somebody decided to fuck me over again, didn't they? Coach, I'm going to tell you, just roar right now. Saying that you mailed it, when motioning for a default dissolution of marriage, yes. And then sheriff's return of service that you denied her default dissolution of marriage, yes. And then you had a settlement conference setting hearing, yes. And proposed parenting plan, child support, declaration for temporary order, yes. Then the notice of the hearing, yes. I actually had the same address as she did, yes, when she lived there. There's no possible way that I should not have received notice of court hearings, considering my address was her address that she moved to in 2011. Now let's see, why did I not get notice for the settlement conference setting hearing? Yes. Why didn't I get a copy of the proposed parenting plan and child support worksheets? Why was I not given notice of the settlement conference setting action? Yes. Of December 31st of 2012. Now, you said that, oh, declaration of mailing. I was at that actual address that she was at. Yes. I was just there after she had lived there. Yes, because she moved to housing. I want every copy machine. Yes. In every county clerk's office where judges, yes, are indebting states, yes, because of their awarding of dissolutions of marriage where they didn't protect the due process rights of the respondent. And then I'm going to want every copy machine in CPS's office. Child Support Services office, yes, and the welfare office, where she went in after you issued the dissolution of marriage, yes, and said, I want you to have a copy of this because now my husband owes